Hey y'all, sort of welcome to the Toadstead, but not really. We're here in late August. This is the day after Hurricane Ida just went through. Now, right as we're here, we're located about 30 miles east of where the eye wall went by, and about, 80 miles off the coast, give or take. And at least at this point, this location that we're leaving now came through just fine. Had an old oak tree, shed a few branches into the yard, didn't strike anything. All in all, up here was, fortunately for us, just a whole nothing. We all gathered at a family home up here because the Toadstead is a little more vulnerable to high winds. And that's what we're headed off to now, is down to take a peek and see what, if anything, occurred on the Toadstead itself. And it's about 15-minute drive from where we are. So we'll pick this back up when we get a little bit closer. All right, well, we're here on the Toadstead, and while we came through remarkably well, we'll talk about the little issues we do have. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of your time. If you can see off in the distance, that little tree, that's one of our pear trees. It's over at about a 45-degree angle. When we checked it, it's just soft ground over. In a couple hours, that'll be fixed. I'll throw a T-post in the ground, tie him off, and when the sun comes out, he'll be fine. We had a few pieces of our spare metal kind of squirrel around, but didn't even bend it, no damage. Sorry if there's wind noise. There's not much I can do about that. It's a constant wind of about, 10-15 knots. And the peanut field looks just fine. Very little erosion, no issues there. The onions had a tough time of it. But these are some very resilient plants. So the only real damage, I guess you could say, we got is our little fabric tractor garage. I'm sorry, I'm eating an onion while I'm talking to you. But it's off its blocks. You can see the blocks it's off, and the fabric spread out a little bit because we had some failure of the Velcro. No surprise. We kind of wrote this structure off. We didn't think it would even be here. And, well, it is. And the only actual damage to it is this leg bent. And we got a little crack right there. So, that's a 20-minute fix. Things got scrambled around inside a little bit. See, I can catch this. That's where the Velcro failed. No surprise. Everything's fine in here. The building actually moved away from that pile of beekeeping equipment. It looks like it fell over, but it didn't. It just, the building literally moved back. Been hard calling it a building, but the shade moved back about 4 feet, 3 feet, whatever. So, considering some of the horrors that are going on as little as 50, 60 miles to our west, we came off remarkably good. There was an interesting, basically a weather anomaly. When Ida came ashore there in or around Grand Isle, Louisiana, she was pretty tight storm. But of course they blow off the rain bands, which if you're watching TV and interested in this, you know what I'm talking about. Where we are, we were only about 40 miles away at most from the center of the storm. So we weren't close enough to get the high winds, but when she came ashore and started shedding her bands actually flew far enough away from the storm where they actually went around us So the bands, which produced a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and quite a few little, what we call spin-up tornadoes, little ones that, they're not the kind you see in Kansas. They come down, they touch maybe, and go back up, but they'll take the tops off of trees and things like that. Lots of those around here, but the closest bad band that got to us was 6 or 7 miles pardon me, to our east, and the storm ended up being, the center of the storm, 40 miles to our west. So we were extremely lucky, blessed, choose your vernacular. And the animals are fine, just got done feeding everybody. So that's the report from the Toadstead and Hurricane Ida. We came across really, really, really good. And we hope everybody else who's watching this, who is anywhere near us, hope things turned out as best as they can for you too. But gotta go clean up. So see you later. We'll see you next time around. Bye.